All right, good afternoon, SLU High. As you can see, the atmosphere is a little bit different because I'm in my office today, first day of Real SLU. The Ignatius cohort is with me today, but also with me today is Micah, who's our admissions representative from Baylor University, which is Sikkim Bears, is that
That's
right?
right. Yes,
Micah?
ma'am. Yeah, you know it.
So Micah is going to tell us a little bit today about just a 20,000 foot overview of Baylor University for people who are not at all familiar. Like, where is that? How many people?
Right.
Strong programs, that kind of thing.
Yes, awesome. Well, thank you guys for having me virtually. I always love coming to your high school. I've been a couple times now, as I am the admissions counselor for all of Kansas and all of Missouri. So you guys would be my students if you're interested in coming to Baylor. This is my fourth year working in Baylor admissions, and I graduated from Baylor in 2017. So I'm pretty well versed with Baylor and Waco, but like Ms. Kinbaum said, I want to just give you guys a quick overview of maybe if you knew nothing about Baylor, sort of what we have to offer. So we are a mid-sized private university, a Baptist university, so about 14,000 total students, which I loved when I was a student at Baylor because it gives you all the advantages of things that you get from that major, large university like Division I sports, research opportunities, internships, great career options, but you still get that smaller, more intentional class size, that that relationship with professor and with other students. So we like that mid-size, about 14,000 students. We do have over 140 different academic programs and majors. We're still probably most well known for our sciences, whether that's biology, psychology, neuroscience, nursing. All of those are very popular, and specifically our pre-medical track. Baylor is very well known for that pre-med track of students who are coming through wanting to go to med school. We do have an accelerate into med school that's twice the national average for students who are looking to go into medical school. So that's a strong program for us as well. And then, of course, the faith side of Baylor is very important. We'll touch on it more here in a second, but just us being an unapologetically Christian university where it permeates through everything that we do, from teaching to how we relate to students, how we talk with students, while also still being welcoming and accommodating to students coming from all different backgrounds and cultures and religious beliefs. We want to be open to those students, welcoming to those students, while still staying true to who we are as a Christian university.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's super helpful. Wow. And I'm proud to say I've been to Waco. What a great place. So tell us a little bit about the city of Waco.
Yes, yeah, great question. So Waco is a total college town, first of all. So it's great for college students, young adults like myself, or maybe post-grad, some young families here in Waco. But what that means is that everything revolves around Baylor and the Baylor students. So you don't get lost in a big city. If the football team has a big win on Saturday, the whole city feels it. Everyone has good spirits. Everyone's excited. Of course, you're getting discounts to every local pizza joint or movies. All of those you have discounts to as a Baylor student here in Waco. So we're kind of in the heart of Texas, about 90 miles south of Dallas, and 90 miles north of Austin. So you're still an hour and a half away from those big major cities. If you are wanting to go for a big, concert or music festival or something, you have access to do that for a day trip, but you don't get that day-to-day big city traffic, the hustle and bustle of a big city just in your day-to-day in Waco. So I loved it. I thought it was perfect for the college-age student, just to be around other students who are like-minded as yourself, similar age, and then a ton to do even off campus. Of course, there's always things going on during the day on campus, but even right off campus, as you see behind me, we're right on the Brazos River. So the river is right next to our stadium, right next to campus as well. So you can kayak and canoe, paddleboard all day for free as a student at Baylor. So that's something that me and my girlfriend did a ton this past summer, was just take the paddle boards out, spend a day on the river if you want to. Again, that's free for you as a student. Another thing that we were doing a lot right before quarantine was going to our local comedy club. So Waco has its own little comedy club. So a lot of fun things to do downtown, of course, local restaurants and coffee shops. Really fun to explore if you're kind of within that younger college to young adult age group here in Waco.
Oh, that's so fun. And I know Magnolia is right there
Of
too.
course, yes, yes.
Not necessarily for SLU guys, but probably for their girlfriends.
That's right. Or get something for mom. I've given so many
Oh,
Christmas presents, right? Have come from Magnolia. So yeah, of course, that's been
that's
and it's been huge for the community too. I mean, a lot of local businesses have just popped up because we're getting so much traffic coming into Waco now for Magnolia because of the Fixer Upper show. It's
yes.
been great for putting Waco on the map.
Now, did they not just fix up a restaurant as well?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yep, yep. They've got their own restaurant downtown. They've got their own coffee shop. They're getting their own network. So, I mean, if
wow.
you come to Waco right now, you may be catching it at a good time before we really do explode.
They're going to rename it Gainesville.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying. Well, that's so great to know about the weekend activities too. So it's easy to get to Dallas or Austin if
Yeah.
you want to. But again, the best of both worlds, you said size wise with that 14,000, that
Hmm.
nice medium size, that would be, oh my gosh, that's like the sweet spot for our guys,
Yeah.
I have to tell you. And then a lot of things to do on the weekends right there in town too. So that's
Right.
fabulous. What are your favorite, well, and I have to say I was cheating a little bit. I looked at the website. There's a lot of them, but what are your favorite campus traditions at Baylor?
Yes, yes. So Baylor is the oldest university in Texas. So of course there comes a ton of history and traditions and things we've been doing for hundreds of years and other brand new traditions. So as you can see, I picked the virtual background behind me because I'm a big sports guy. I love football. And something unique about Baylor's football here on campus is that we allow our freshman students on the field before every home football game. So maybe you've been to a Baylor football game before, maybe you've seen one on TV, but this is a very unique tradition to Baylor as we allow our freshman students on the field before every game.
Wow.
They line up in one end zone, and right before the game starts, we release those students where they run across the field as fast as they can. Of course, you're trying not to trip, though, because you're on TV, and you're wearing this gold line jersey that we give you that has your name on the back of it. So people are going to know who you are, so you don't want to trip. But it's a fun tradition and sort of our way of honoring students by giving them that premier access on the field. We're the only school out of any of the Power Five conferences that allows students on the field. And again, that's before every home football game.
That's so huge. And I see the water there. Is there another pregame tradition that you guys have
Yes,
by the
yes.
stadium?
Absolutely, right. So this stadium was built, I believe it was 2014. I was a sophomore at Baylor, so I got to experience the old kind of traditional stadium, which was cool because, kind of see your history, but then also got to experience the new stadium when I was a student at Baylor. And one of the perks that they kept selling with this brand new stadium was that saying you're going to be able to sailgate. So of course you've heard of tailgating before every home football game. We have a ton of tailgating options and opportunities for students. But for those lucky students who have their own boat, or maybe mom or dad is bringing their boat into town for the weekend, we have sailgating right in front of the stadium. So my old roommate at Baylor was on the wakeboard team, so they had their own kind of campus boat, kind of boat owned by Baylor. So we got to sailgate a couple times, and I mean it's really probably one of the only one of the times in your whole life you maybe will be able to experience that. So always encourage you to find friends who have boats if you don't have one yourself, and make sure you sailgate at least once during your 4 years at Baylor.
That is incredible. And the bridge going over there is just like, what is happening? This is
Yes.
like,
Oh, it's so nice to have it right here, right next to campus. Students just walk from campus to game days. Yeah, really accessible right here, right on the banks of the Brazos River.
incredible. It's really beautiful. And to have it not be a college that's 40,000. You know what I mean? Where,
Yeah,
where there's the potential for getting lost in the
right.
shuffle. Let me just go a little bit off script and ask, like, what's the biggest class you had at Baylor? Like,
Yeah, I mean, right. So inevitably, you're going to have a big class, maybe some of your intro level classes. Probably the biggest one that I had was 250,
okay,
but only 10% of our classes are even above 50 students.
wow,
So 90% of classes are going to be 50 or less.
okay.
And honestly, the true average of class size is 26 students.
Oh,
So
that's fantastic.
26 on average. If you do have a class bigger than 50, it's going to be a small percentage, maybe just one or two, just a few during your your whole college career at Baylor.
That's, well, and that's part of being in a bigger environment too. It's, small liberal arts colleges, 1,000, 2,000. You wouldn't want
Uh-huh.
anything that big, but I mean, you got the rah and that's okay. Lecture class is
Yes.
navigable. It's okay.
And sometimes it's nice, if you need a class where you can just kind of sit and be hidden, sometimes it's nice to have one or two of those classes.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Absolutely. So, you said that you're a Baptist University, Baptist Christian University.
Right.
The faith life really pervades everything. We are used to that here too, let me tell you. So
Right.
the Jesuit tradition really honestly pervades everything. We are, men for others, and they, every year have a check-in on the different, dynamics of being a Jesuit. They want you to be open to growth and loving
Right.
and intellectually competent, and those competencies that come from the graduate at graduation. So are there particular opportunities that you know of for students of a Catholic background, or is there a
Mhm.
Newman Center on campus or nearby, or?
Right. Yeah. And that's why I love you guys. I feel like because a lot of what you guys do at SLU translates so well into Baylor as far as just having your faith, sort of be in every aspect of your school. And so that's same for us. You guys are a great, sort of prep for then coming to a Christian university like Baylor, where we're not just Christian by name, but it's truly let's act this out in how we teach, in how we interact with students, with the policies that are in place. And so it is a good, sort of intro from a high school like you guys into a college like Baylor. But yes, I mean, that sounds similar to what we look for in students. We want students to grow in all aspects of their life.
Mhm.
So you have professors who are checking up with you, not just how are you doing on the homework, but how are you doing, in general? How is, maybe this problem that you shared with us, or, we want to see students grow spiritually, relationally as well. So we do want students to leave Baylor better than when they came to us, and that's as a full person, not just as a student. So yes, I mean, we have a spiritual life office on campus, so not specifically for Catholic students, but for all different denominations of Christianity. So that spiritual life office is crucial for us. We have chaplains within every single residence hall. So as a freshman student, as you're living within the dorms, you have access to someone who has been, trained through seminary, is equipped to handle any questions that you have, or however you want to grow. That's a question that we get pretty often, is what opportunities am I going to have to grow spiritually on campus? And that's something that I can say I did immensely during my time at Baylor, just by being around other people, having Christian friends, but then also Christian mentors in the faculty and staff that are here at Baylor, who served a big role in my life. So that's a huge part for us, is still developing students spiritually as well. And I mean, I can say that behind Baptist students, which is the largest percentage of students, not that it's a majority of the total campus, but Baptist students are probably around 20% of students on campus. Catholic students are right behind them. So there is a large Catholic population on Baylor's campus, probably around that 15 to 18% of students on campus.
Oh, that's great. That's good. I think it's a really good step to take if you've been in Catholic education, to
Right.
maintain, at least you have that filling station, that you can
Right.
you can connect with that, but so you're not losing that water that you're swimming in, which really is so important. A lot of our guys who go to big state universities are like shocked to find that nobody's talking about faith anymore. It's like,
Right.
oh dear. But yeah, so this sounds like this is fantastic. What other things did I miss? What else would you like to, is there anything else that you wanted to share
Yeah.
with us?
I appreciate you guys letting me come on and kind of talk to hopefully a lot of you. Hopefully a lot of people end up watching this, but just wanted to say, so again, I'm the admissions counselor for all of Kansas, all of Missouri, all of St. Louis. So if you guys have questions, I'm a good resource. You can always start with me. We are hosting a number of different virtual events, whether you're a senior this year or younger. There's a lot of different virtual tours or virtual appointments you can take. We're not quite opening back up for in-person tours yet, but certainly if you're visiting Texas, or if you're going to be in Waco, let me know, because we may be able to work something out where I can maybe meet you on campus or something, and we can have someone meet with you guys while you're coming out here. So hopefully we're going to be opening up again soon when it comes to the in-person tours. Classes right now are going well on campus. We're doing a hybrid model, so in-person and virtual, and it's been
Just
going
like
well. We're in week 3 now, so
wow.
yeah. So we're
Oh,
hoping to fully open up again soon with those in-person tours. But stay in contact with me if you have any questions about maybe scheduling a private tour.
it's kind of ironic, but the thing to be on a college campus right now is not in the news.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
I know.
Your numbers are doing really well, actually, and I really appreciate that you guys have that every day at 3 p.m. You update on your website, the
Right.
positivity, and it looks like you're doing a fabulous job of controlling things. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. Very good. Well, I'm not going to ask you about things that people can find on the website, but I so appreciate your being here with us today, Micah. This was fantastic. Thank you so much, and
Yes.
sick 'em Bears.
That's